Alright mates, how's it going? In today's video, chapter 28 of Illidan by William King. My face neuralgia has started playing up, but I'm just going to try and power through it, so let's go! Maiev looked up to see Akama standing in the doorway staring at her. Have you come to dangle vain promises before me again? No. How are you feeling? Strong? Let me out of this cage and I'll show you. The warden had spent the last few months doing press-ups and stuff in order to conserve her strength. There wasn't really anything else to do, but as a result, she was swole. Do you remember how to hold a blade? That is not something I could ever forget. I hope so. Why are you here? The Horde and the Alliance besieged the Temple of Karabor. They've made common cause with the Aldor and the Scryers. Even some of the Naru are present. Has the betrayer sent you to kill me? Does he not have the balls to do it himself? You are not that important to him. Even as his empire falls to shit, he appears more concerned with other things. You think he'll be brought down then? Who knows? Even now he's the mightiest being in Outland, surrounded by lieutenants of near equal power. The temple itself is a fortress as well. Might hold out for years. I've known Illidan far too long to think his downfall will be easy. And yet you think he might be overthrown. A small force of sufficient power could infiltrate the temple if given the appropriate aid. And of course you are in a position to give such aid. Forgive me if I have some trouble believing you. I seem to have heard a story like this before. This time, one way or another, there will be a different ending. Yeah, right. I can convince you. How? Stand back. If you're playing me, I will kill you. You might find that difficult to do without weapons. I trust you're going to rectify that immediately. You trust correctly. This time. A short time later, and Maiev was all geared up and ready to go. And this time, she knew she wasn't going to allow herself to be imprisoned again. If this was another trap, she would force them to kill her. As she looked over at Akama, she noted that he looked ever so slightly nervous. Are you frightened I'm going to kill you? I'm frightened you're going to try. And why should I not? Because you're not a dumbass. Let's not play games with each other, Maiev Shadowsong. You're free because I set you free. You can indulge a childish thirst for revenge, or you can help me overthrow our true enemy. Or I could do both. No, you can't, you silly bitch. Look, I alone can guide you to the betrayer. Decide now whom you wish to kill, me or him. That's your choice. Fine, you live. I will have justice from Illidan. No, you will have vengeance. I think that will give you more satisfaction. Meanwhile, Illidan looked out from the battlements of the Black Temple, and there were bloody thousands of soldiers on the ground below. He could sense the presence of more than just mortals down there. There were Naru as well. So much for the promises the Elder Naru had made back on Argus. But Illidan just shrugged. He wasn't disappointed. He didn't give a shit. We trust in your judgment, Lord. Trust in the walls of the Black Temple, and in your own spells and blades. Go below, and prepare for battle. I do not think our new guests will be leaving anytime soon, and we should ready a proper reception for them. Illidan then considered ordering that Maiev be executed before she could be rescued. It would be a small morsel of vengeance, but who would do it? Akama, perhaps? Where was that little asshole, anyway? Whatever. Illidan wasn't going to kill Maiev just yet, not whilst there was still a chance that she could be made to suffer. The betrayer then took stock of the situation. The temple was well supplied. The sorcerers within it could summon demonic aid almost indefinitely. He had Dragonmore orcs with dragons, and he had a whole bunch of raid bosses like Supremus. But the Alliance and the Horde had the resources of an entire world to draw on. It didn't matter how strong his defences were. Enough force was being brought to bear that eventually the temple would fall. This was all part of Kil'jaeden's plan. He'd deceived them all once again. He hadn't committed his own forces here because he knew he didn't have to. His enemies would weaken themselves by fighting each other, and when this battle was over, the Legion would intervene and destroy anyone that was left. And the worst part of it was, by defending the temple strongly, Illidan was just doing Kil'jaeden's work for him. But what other choice was there? The Horde and the Alliance were not planning on taking Illidan prisoner. They were planning on straight up murdering him, whether he surrendered or not. No, the only choice was to finish that goddamn portal as soon as possible. And we're leaving it there! 3 chapters left. And then there's 3 whole books done on this channel, which is pretty cool. You might be wondering why I haven't put a poll up for the next book yet. I think I'm just going to pick it myself this time. I thought it was fairer to put it to a vote last time, but still ended up somehow pissing people off. As usual, link in the description if you're interested in buying this book. Also, there's links to my Discord server and my Patreon page too. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all of that bollocks. And all that's left to say is, thanks for watching, and see ya!